Overeem has been caught fair and square. Do you give him, or would you give him additional punishment above what Nevada has imposed?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I got to fly back to Las Vegas today, get together with my crew, and we're going to figure out what's going to happen with Alistair Overeem. He's got a 9-month suspension from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, so I need to get back into the office and figure out what we're going to do.
There is a value in a message being sent, right?
I agree.
That's a tough one. I don't know.
Bottom line is the Nevada State Athletic Commission regulates us and what happens in the sport. They've given him a 9-month suspension, which I thought was going to be bigger. Thought he was going to get a bigger suspension. So the fact that they gave him 9 months says that they found some validity in his story.
You know what the upshot of this is, according to our newest UFC analyst, is that Junior Dos Santos is going to win even easier, right? You got him beating Frank
Junior Dos Santos would have knocked Overeem out anyway. Dos Santos, here's the thing. Overeem got enormous.
Yep.
He never punched any harder. He punched the same way he punched when he was 210. He wrestled better, stronger. But it didn't help his kicking, it didn't help his punching, because he's too like this.
Well, no matter how big you are or how much muscle you pack on, you still got the same chin. Okay?
Exactly. Same chin.
Your chin isn't going anywhere. Chuck Liddell knocked him out at 205 pounds.
That's right. That's right. I heard Chuck might fight again.
He'll never fight again.
We had him on here.
I heard him interviewed.
He sat in that chair. He told Ed, I have no more chin.
The problem with Chuck Liddell is, and it's the beautiful thing about Chuck Liddell, this guy was born to fight. It's who he is. It's who he is inside. He was born a fighter. So for me and him to sit down as friends and have that conversation where I'm like, brother, I don't want to see this happening anymore, man.
We had it here almost.
Yep.
When he sat where you were. And I said, Chuck, did it worry you going in, when you got knocked out, the last fight he got knocked out by Franklin, right?
Right.
I said, were you thinking about it? Because you got knocked out funny.
Right.
You see fighters get hit like that and they're done.
Right.
They can't take a punch anymore. And he said, no, I wasn't. I thought I was out of shape, those fights. But then, when this happened, I realized I can't take a punch.
What's the point? You were the world champion. Right. You've made tons of money. You've this, that, and everything else. Why? And the answer to why was because he's a fighter. That's what he wants to do. But he said to me, give me one more chance to do this thing the right way. And that's when he got ripped up and got in great shape, went into Frank.
Still, boom, talent.
And he was winning the fight, going away. Yep. That guy's arm was broken.
Broke his arm.
He couldn't have gone another round.
Exactly.
His admission.
You know your stuff, man. You really do.
His admission was something telling us, I don't have a chin anymore, was something I've never really heard from
especially for a fighter.
From a fighter.
True.
So, speaking of guys who never admit anything, you got a show on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, that goes up against a Floyd Mayweather fight. You got to be hoping that you do put a little bit of hurt on Mayweather, no?
No, here's what's happening. You know, we've done this many times now. And basically, it's a great night for television because you're going to have a group of people that are going to stay home for Mayweather and a group of people are like, wait a minute, I'm a fight fan. I can watch both in the same night because we're off before Mayweather fights. So you stay home that night on that Saturday, you watch the UFC card, and then you flip over to pay-per-view and watch Mayweather fight. Every time we've done it, it's been a huge success for us and a huge success for the pay-per-view that night for boxing. So we really don't go head-to-head, we go the same night. Because really, this is what you think about even when you're buying pay-per-view. It's not really about laying down the $50 to buy the fight. We all work hard, we got things to do, we got family. We have choices we have to make on the weekends. Am I gonna go out tonight? Am I gonna go to dinner? Am I gonna spend time with or am I gonna stay home and watch the fight? And when you have both fights on the same night, more people make that decision to stay home on Saturday.
Should Floyd be fighting? I mean, we're talking about the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and we're talking about, you know,
let me tell you
suspending guys. Why did he get to do his 90 days after a fight which had not been set yet?
I love the city of Las Vegas. I have lived there most of my life. I will defend Las Vegas against anything that people say it's not a great place to raise your kids. It's not this, it's not that. But I'll tell you what, the judge that decided to let Floyd Mayweather not go to jail and fight instead, I mean, Floyd is very lucky to live in a city where they care more about money than justice.
Yeah.
The craziest thing I have ever seen in my life.
Do you think that would happen? Let's say it was a prominent UFC fighter. Would he have been allowed to fight?
There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell.
So you got a double standard there.
There's absolutely a double standard.
Yeah.
Do we ever see Mayweather-Pacquiao?
God, I hope so.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'll tell you guys a real quick story here. First of all, me and Floyd go way back. Me and Floyd have been going at each other in the media quite a bit. You know, recently when he made the Jeremy Lin comments, I called him a racist and everything else. So the other night I'm playing cards at the Palms, and on my back, taps me on the back, I turn around, it's Floyd. I'm like, what's up, Floyd? He says, I just wanted to tell you, what you're doing with the UFC is awesome, man. He said, I'm really happy for you, happy everything's going well. I was like, well, thank you, you know? So then, don't I feel like the biggest in the world, you know what I mean? I'm there smashing. He comes over and he's like killing me with kindness. So
Has he ever killed you with kindness before? I've never seen him do that.
me and Floyd have bumped into each other. Yeah, I can't say that Floyd has been, you know, ever out of line with me or whatever. He's made some comments about UFC, and then I have retaliated and stuff, but no, I really can't say that he has.
May 5th, you watching?
I'm watching.
Diaz fight?
I'm watching.
What do you like with that?
Oh, Diaz?
Yeah.
Nate Diaz?
No,
Miller?
yeah, it's Nate.
Diaz,
Yeah, exactly.
Nate, I like
Nate
Miller.
Diaz, Jim Miller.
And I like Nate Diaz. I like the Diaz brothers.
Did you see Nate Diaz's last fight with Cerrone?
He never looked better.
He looked
He never
unbelievable.
looked better. But then who did he lose to that was...
He hasn't lost in a while.
He got fight of the night.
right?
Yeah, he hasn't lost in a while. He
Somebody
lost
beat him. I was a little bit
at 170.
surprised. At 170,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, let me tell
By the
you
way,
guys
I thought that the natural born killer
Yep.
beat Nick. I thought he beat Nick going away.
I did too.
He just outsmarted him.
I did too. How anybody is disputing that win is
I
crazy.
mean, to do this is okay, but you better do something beyond that.
Let me tell you guys a secret. A long, long time ago, before you guys were born, people used to talk about boxing like this.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Cheers, fellas.
See you next time for another round.